So in this video, we're going to talk about NIO and in particular how Morgan Stanley bought 10 million shares during the first quarter. That brings investment banks stock and stake to roughly 28 million shares. Now, other top buyers of NIO include Bank of America, Davison, Kepner, Capital Management, and others. So with that said, we're going to look at the charts. And this is the weekly. We have a 1 hour and we have a 4 hour. And if we just start drilling down from the weekly chart, you can see price hitting a bottom at $4. And not only did we have a surge in price, but we had a break and a close above this down channel that begins and has its origins going back to July of last year. All right. So what's the next hurdle? When price was moving down, it did trade at this $6 level for quite some time, and then we had the leg or push down. Price finds itself almost back in this sideways price action. So think of this as quicksand, and if price takes out these levels at $6, here's the real test and the final test for me to know that price has reversed. For the longest, this $7 level served as support, not once, but twice, in the span of going back to May through the end of 2023. And so that was roughly a 7 to 8 month span that the buyers held up this level until the sellers recruited more sellers and pushed price down. Now, going down to the weekly chart, what we want to do is look at the sideways price action again in alignment with this sideways price action. But you see that high over average volume bar? Well, one can say, and this gap higher, which is an extended range green candle, this forms a rally, base rally. Again, this is the daily chart, and so this is where we have daily buyers, right? Also, did we form a bottom? Well, we have a double bottom on the daily chart, and on the weekly chart, this level down here is an accumulation phase. So potentially what we have is a bull flag setting up, potentially. We have a break of trend. We have a daily bias level, and we have volume starting to kick in. Going down to the 4-hour chart, very wicky, but more so sideways price action. Potentially, price is just revving up for the next breakout. All right, so with the May 13th first quarter deadline behind us, General Public now has access to the equity and options positions of institutional investors as of the end of March. During the quarter, we saw Morgan Stanley was the largest buyer of NIO. Now, it hasn't been a pleasant 2024 for NIO, with its shares experiencing over 35% decline. This has been attributed to steep competitive pressures, EV price wars, and a failing Chinese housing market. Now, while Morgan Stanley increased its stake, institutional investors in aggregate have different ideas. So there was a total of 453 13F filers disclosed in which they took a stake in the company, but that's down from 486 filers quarter to quarter. Now, hedge funds, a subset of institutional investors, also appeared bearish. Their exposure to NIO fell by 22% to 47 million shares from 60 million shares. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Bank of America was the second largest buyer of NIO during the quarter. Then you had Davison, Kepner, capital management, they came in third, initiating a position of 4 million shares. So, question is, have we reached a bottom? Well, if I really zoom out to the monthly chart, what you can see is that we had revisited or bottomed the last time back in 2019, 2020 before moving higher. Can we go lower? We can, but we are starting to get signs that we are near or we have seen the makings of a reversal. However, we really need to get above $7 if price is going to go higher. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.